I think there must be something wrong with me, Linus. Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
Bocham something. Sundubujige.
It is.
It's Korean puns again. Every time
It seems like it's the only thing I read.
I Uber Eats the Pepto-Bismol because I'm having some. It's so TMI.
Good night.
And then this is the Tums haul. Testing. The Thinking of You planner is a planner created by Mr. Eggplants here on Instagram, and it is a A5 size planner that has a very unique weekly view and monthly view. Let's take a look. Good night. Hey everyone, it's Job. I hope you're doing well. Today, I was thinking of continuing the Q&A from December Daily. I don't remember. Is it December Daily Day 4? Just because today's journal spread is a little less involved and there are no extreme tip-ins or lots of layers. So I thought it might be a safe day to actually continue the Q&A because things are pretty straightforward. I do want to say that I have dusted out my old what is it called? LG Pocket printer that I've had for ages, and I haven't used it in a really long time, but I found some paper for that printer and I was able to use it today, so that's fun. But I thought I would just continue the Q&A and maybe pop in here and there when there's something I want to mention about the journal spread. But the first question is from my friend Paula on Instagram, and she asks, I never have a question in mind, so hi Job, is that really your name? Yes, Paula, my legal name is Job, and I used to actually have a hard time correcting people when they pronounce my name wrong, but now I just correct people all the time because my name is spelled without an E, so it's easy to just say Job, but I am trying to be more courageous and correcting people when they pronounce my name wrong. But yeah, my name is Job, and when I was a kid, I always would say to people, hi, my name is Job. It rhymes with globe, or it rhymes with, did I say globe or robe? I say both. It rhymes with robe, rhymes with globe. But yeah, that's the way I used to introduce myself, so people would pronounce my name right off the bat. So the next question is, actually the next few questions are from my friend Sven. He asks, what is your biggest inspo? Right now it's the Queen's Gambit. I'm just really inspired by the whole like design aspect of it. And it's just such an inspiring story as a whole. But in general, like for my day-to-day life when I'm feeling so unproductive and feel like doing nothing, I just watch a whole bunch of studio vlogs by illustrators. It really just makes me want to do stuff. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're being so creative and it makes me want to be creative and like create things. But if I'm feeling a little bit down and not wanting to make anything or create anything, I watch a whole bunch of studio vlogs. The next question from Sven is, favorite song right now? 5 Star by CL is so good. I am a 21 stan. I think it's common knowledge that I just love K-pop. I've been following it since 2010. I love K-pop, but 5 Star by CL, so good. I ship CL with, what's his name? Christian Yu. So good. They look great together. I also like the song Excess by Rina Sawayama. I think she's a Japanese British artist, or and she makes like pop, alternative, R&B, rock. I don't know. She has like a million genres, but Excess is a super good song. I didn't know it was actually like a song about like capitalism and overconsumption, which is crazy because it's such a like fun pop song with like this random metal guitar riff. But I listen to it like daily because it's such a catchy song. The next question from Sven is, what's on your bucket list till 35? And honestly, I just want to travel more. I haven't been to South America, so that's probably like up there. I just also want to experience more of Europe and more of Asia and kind of see America, like, and even Canada. Like, I haven't been to a lot of places actually. The moment that I was going to say the moment I think about it, but that doesn't make sense. The more that I think about it, I actually haven't been to that many places. And I mean, I'm in the place of privilege to actually travel. So I feel like I can't complain because I have been to many places in the world. But in the grand scheme of things, there are many other places I still want to visit. Like my future goal, I don't think it'll be happening until I'm 35, or like I don't know if it'll happen before I'm 35, but I've always wanted to have a coffee shop / like stationery store / plant store. Those are like my big 3 passions, and it would be awesome to have like a little space that incorporates all 3. It's such a lofty goal. It's more of a dream, but I don't want to just dream it. I want it to be a reality. So I think I'm just gonna say it out loud now so that it'll actually happen. But yeah, that would be a big dream of mine, but I haven't actively worked towards it. But I don't know, maybe 2021 is the year that I'll actually like start working towards it. But yes, that is a dream of mine, like many other people who want to open coffee shops. But I don't know, I still hope that it'll happen. But yeah, you got to put in the work too. So come on, Job, make a to-do list for that. Anyways, now I just feel so conscious and I'm just thinking about coffee shops now. The next question is from Kakukodo.s or Kakukodo.s. She asks, since when have you been drawing / painting? Your style's awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I've been drawing and painting since 2015 when I purchased my Midori Traveler's Notebook. I can't believe that's the item that started it all. So it's been about 5 years, and it's been an amazing 5 years. I've met so many cool people in this community, and everyone's just so supportive and whatnot. So I really am so excited and happy that I stumbled across that fateful Traveler's Notebook when I was walking around Gastown like a few years ago. So thank you, Orling and Wu in Gastown. But yeah, that's the place that I saw it. But we'll talk about the first time I saw the Traveler's Notebook in a different video. Next up, we have a question from Viola Memory, and they ask, what is your all-time favorite stationery item? I would say washi tapes, but if you had to ask me, or washi tapes and stickers, it's hard to choose. I like them both equally, but I would say my current favorite stationery item would be MU transfer stickers, or transfer stickers as a whole. I think it's just so nostalgic, and you've kind of seen me play around with them in December Daily, and I am obsessed with them. The next question is from Nomi Delights. Their question is, what's your favorite thing to get in the mail? Honestly, I just like receiving general mail and postcards. I like getting mail and postcards from friends and family because it's just so cool receiving a piece of paper with like beautiful, heartfelt messages sent from like different parts of the world. It just seems so cool. And when you actually like stop and think about it, it's amazing how this little piece of paper or like this envelope with contents in it makes it like halfway across the world to you within like a few days. Like, I don't know, I think we take a lot of things for granted, but when you think about it, it's like really amazing actually. But yeah, I just love getting any type of like postcard or letter mail from friends and family. I think that's it for questions on Instagram. We'll move on to the YouTube questions. The first question is from Mickey6281, and they ask, have you ever visited United States? Yes, I actually have. When I was younger, we went to California a lot because I have family living in California and different parts of the States. And like in general, I think I would say I would go to the US maybe like 3 or 4 times a year. This was pre-COVID, obviously, because Seattle, Washington, or just Washington in general, is really close to Vancouver, so it's easy to cross the border. We would just like take the car over and probably take like 2 to 3 hours, but you can go to Seattle, and that's always been like a thing that I did growing up. I still want to go with friends, actually. We've always talked about like crossing the border together, but we've never done it, so that's still on my to-do list or bucket list. The next question is from Hyacinth Creation, and their question is, what was it like growing up in a, I assume, sorry if it's wrong, OFW immigrant household? It was interesting and fun. I actually grew up in a Filipino immigrant household. I immigrated to Canada when I was 4 years old, and I would say that I fall into the like 1.5 generation of, like, if you're talking about immigrant generations, just because I don't know, I feel like I was like assimilated and was like socialized in Canada, but I have a lot of like characteristics and like traditions from the Philippines that I still like hold in my heart. So I think that's like I guess that's pretty much what encapsulates like the 1.5 generation, because like you as a child have all these like traditions instilled in you, but you also grew up in like a predominantly Canadian system. So yeah, it's an interesting mix. And I think if you ask any immigrant or like someone who's immigrated to a different country as a young child, they have an interesting relationship with like both cultures, like the culture from their home country and then the culture that they live in, because you kind of fit in both but also don't fit in anywhere. But I think a lot of people feel that way. I identify a lot with my Filipino heritage. I still speak Filipino or Tagalog, and yeah, I enjoy a lot of traditions and media from the Philippines. Honestly, there was this like phase back in like 2015 or 2014 that I was really into like watching Filipino dramas. That has since kind of dropped off, but I will watch like a variety show or like a TV show here and there. But I do enjoy my K-dramas, so yeah. The next part of that question was actually, do you have any Filipino traditions and quirks that are common in your household, and what do you guys do for Christmas? Lots of Filipino traditions and quirks. I love eating Filipino food, and like, you know, those Filipino superstitions, like every like culture has their own superstitions. I feel like I still adhere to like Filipino superstitions more than like Canadian or like Western superstitions. And then I don't know, like quirks, I guess like maybe this is like a typical Filipino immigrant thing, but I feel like a lot of like kids make fun of their parents in terms of their accents, which is horrible, honestly. Like I think about it and it sounds really bad, and I think there's a cultural shift happening with like accents and stuff, because I don't know, Gen Z is super woke, and we all know that like having an accent is actually a cool thing because it signifies that you know another language or you've come from a different country and thus have like cooler world experiences, which is a cool way to frame it instead of like it being a negative thing that shows that, oh, you can't speak this language. But I don't know, maybe some people are still a little bit more backwards in their thinking about things, but I still struggle with that because sometimes I still make fun of accents. Actually, I still make fun of my parents' accents a lot, and I'm trying to be more mindful about it. But I don't know, some of it is I think part of it is wrapped up in like memories and like traditions, and like, I don't know, we do it all in good fun. My parents make fun of me too, and it's just one of those things. But yes, that is definitely a quirk that is common in our household. In terms of Christmas, we just celebrate Noche Buena. I think that's like Christmas Eve. So Christmas Eve is a bigger deal than Christmas Day for our family. It's just fun, and we hang out with our close family friends here. We don't actually have any, I was going to say real family. We don't have any extended family here, but our family friends here are pretty much family. I would say that I know them equally, or if not more than my extended family and cousins, just because I grew up with them and know them since I was younger. So yeah, I really enjoy celebrating the holidays with them, but obviously that's not going to happen this year, which is a bummer. I always look forward to Christmas time because everyone is just reunited, but sadly we will have to wait till 2021. The next question is from Shiva Shea writes, and her question is, what is your favorite traveler's company notebook? I would say my black one because it's my original one, but the camel is up there. It's not a special edition camel, but I still really enjoy it, and I think it's really cool. The next question is from Rebecca, and her question is, what's your latest tea obsession? Honestly, I just really enjoy milk tea, and I don't know, I like Hong Kong style milk tea, so that means I can use pretty much any black tea and use milk and sugar. I usually just use like budget black tea, like I just get to whatever is on sale and whatever can come in like a big box, because I like to use 2 tea bags when I make milk tea because I like it super concentrated. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure people would cringe at how I make my tea, but there's just a lot of oat milk or regular milk in it and sugar, but I'm trying to, pare back on the sugar. If I'm not drinking black tea, I'll be drinking this green tea with roasted brown rice. I don't know what it's called, but it's delicious. But it's nutty and it's just a very good green tea. If I can find the name, I'll link it in the description bar. Next up, we have the question from LC. It is, if you could continue to grow on YouTube, if you could continue to grow on YouTube, would you consider making it a full-time career? Also, I love the vlogs. Oh, thank you. I don't think I would ever consider making... Whoa, I'm getting so confused with the way I'm speaking right now. I don't think I would ever make it a full-time career. I think it'll always be something that I have on the side, whether it's like I'm teaching as my full-time and I have this YouTube channel, or I have the Etsy shop and I have the YouTube channel. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I think it's like a cool way to document whatever's happening in my life. I don't know if I could ever do it full-time because I feel like I don't have the creative energy to do it. I feel like I already am out of ideas for YouTube videos, so I would struggle a lot, but I think it would be really cool because I do enjoy the video editing aspect of making videos for YouTube. The next question is similar to the Filipino immigrant question. It's just asking where I was born and was I raised in the Philippines and migrated. So I guess I kind of answered it, but I was born in the Philippines. I would say that I was pretty predominantly raised here, but I was raised in the Philippines until I was 4. So I don't have that many memories of it. They're all very like cloudy because I don't know when your concrete memory, or like, yeah, actually this is such a tangent, but like when does your memory become a little bit better and you can remember things? Like I can't remember that far back. I can remember kindergarten, but anything further than that, it's hard. I don't know if it actually happened. So yeah, but I think my time in the Philippines and my family there has like greatly impacted like who I am and my personality. And yeah, I really wish I could visit the Philippines again, and I hope everyone in the Philippines is staying safe and whatnot. There's been a lot of like typhoons recently, so I hope everyone's safe and healthy. And COVID, there's just so much happening around the world, so I hope everyone's doing all right. The next question is from Ness, and the question is, what is one stationery item you regret buying and why? I would say it's not really a regret, but I wish I purchased the grid version of my 2019 MD paper notebook, because I bought an MD paper calendar for 2019 and it had lines in it instead of grids, and I use it. I'm still using it as my ugly sketchbook, but I think if it was a grid notebook, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But that's my one kind of regret right now. I also regret not buying a green passport size traveler's notebook when the green olive traveler's notebook was released, because now it's like crazy expensive. And I don't know, maybe it's a weird part of me that wants to collect all the traveler's notebooks, but I feel like I should have one, even though I rarely use my passport traveler's notebooks, except recently. I've been using it a lot recently, but we'll talk about that in my 2021 setup. And Ness also says that thank you for always being an inspiration for talking through your videos. It helps not feeling so lonely during these times. Oh, that's so kind. I hope you're doing all right, Ness. It's crazy times right now, and I hope you're doing all right and staying safe. The next question is from Tracy. I think we're gonna finish this. I'm sorry this is such a long video, but let's just finish all these questions. The question is from Tracy, and she asks, I'm fascinated by South Korea. What is your favorite memory or place? Would you like to go back? 100% yes, would like to go back. I think the first trip that I would take after COVID has been dealt with would be Korea. I really want to go back to the small beach village that I lived at. I just want to stay at that pension that I lived in. A pension in Korea just means like a guest house, or not a guest house, like it kind of feels like an Airbnb, or like a tiny rentable hotel-ish thing. It's kind of weird because I was stationed there and I still had like a kitchen and whatnot, but it was weird living in a pension. Every time I tell people that I lived in a pension, they're like, what? But yeah, I really miss my hometown. It's like literally in the middle of nowhere. But I don't know. I feel like that's where it all started. That's where Job's Journal started. That's where I really came into my own, I think, because I was forced to problem solve by myself and just be with my own thoughts. And I don't know. It was just a cool time in my life. And I will forever look back on my time in Korea with a grin on my face, because I don't know, there's just so many good memories, and it honestly was the best time, and I will always remember it as a wonderful time in my life. I don't know if I could ever go back and live in Korea permanently, or live there for an extended amount of time, but I think spending a summer there each year would be amazing. I would love to teach summer school there, actually. A friend of mine did that, and it was nice because they were able to, I think, teach here and then in the summers teach over there. So they made some money, but also got to live in Korea. So hopefully that is an option for me in the future, but I really miss it. And I definitely want to go back to Korea. Favorite memory would be just hanging out with friends in Seoul and in different cities in Korea. It was just, maybe it's just because I was going through my youthful partying phase, but yes, I miss going to Korean bars and staying up until 3 or 4 a.m. and such a fun time. But yes, I am very excited to visit Korea again. The next question is from Pamela Patterson. The question is, what is your impression of teaching this year? How has it been going? Ooh, loaded question. I'm just gonna keep it short because I don't want to get in trouble. Just kidding. No, teaching's been interesting. Sometimes I feel I don't know, I feel safe and very unsafe all the time, just because of cases rising and there being no school closures. I much rather teach in person, because distance learning and distance teaching was hard for everyone. But I also feel a little bit kind of nervous being at school, not gonna lie. I love being there, but at the same time, kind of sucks that we're still out there and teaching and a lot of things are closed, yet we are expected to still be there. But I don't know, I feel like you can rationalize it a million ways, but I still am thankful that I'm safe and happy and healthy, and that the students and my school are all right, and it's been pretty good so far. So I'm just gonna hope and pray that it continues to be that way, because if not, it would be very scary. But yeah, I'm happy that things are still going all right. The next question is from Lisa, and she asked, what is your favorite memory from 2020? Oh, it's such a hard question because I feel like 2020 never happened. Like, it still feels like March was like a few weeks ago. Like, so many things have happened, and yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I don't have very many memories from 2020. I would say like the summertime was kind of memorable. Maybe January or February, because I got to watch 17. I don't know. I have, this is a hard question because overall, like, it's been a not great year for everyone, and I mean, we should probably be focusing on the positives, but it's so hard to think of something right now. But I would say probably like the washi tape launch, maybe. That was pretty cool. Actually, yeah, let's say that. The washi tape launch was really fun and cool, and that's my favorite memory from 2020. I think this is the last question. Have you ever tried challenging yourself on a no-buy spree? If so, how long did you last before you get yourself another stash of goodies? Oh, it's so funny. I would say, actually, recently I've been purchasing a lot of stationery, but there were, I think the year that I got back from Korea, so that's late 2017 and 2018, I didn't really buy anything in terms of like regularly buying stationery. Right now, I would say like from October to now, I've been buying a little something every month. But back then, probably didn't buy anything except for like, I didn't even buy journal refills. I would say all of 2018, I didn't really buy that many things except for buying my new planner for the next year. I think I was just like creatively burnt out, and I was just focusing on trying to establish my life here. And I think you've probably noticed that I wasn't posting much back then, and I probably have been posting the most regularly now in 2020, which is great. But yeah, I think I don't really, I still say this all the time that I don't buy a lot of stuff, but here I am like hauling things like every week. But I think it's because I've recently have felt really invigorated or reinvigorated with like stationery and art supplies and stuff. And I think it's a positive thing because I feel inspired to journal more. I think for the past few years, I was just going through the motions. I was still uploading videos, and I do enjoy the process of filming those, but sometimes I would basically just journal and like post a video and then not journal for a while and then post a video. Like, it was very sporadic, but I would say like since probably March, I've been journaling quite regularly and quite diligently, and I've felt more creative now than like, yeah, I feel more creative now than ever. And I think I'm purchasing things a lot more lately because I just need more things to journal with, just because I've like used up my stash of things, which is good. I've actually finished maybe like 5-6 rolls of washi tape this year, which is a lot actually. But that's because I use it for packing orders and stuff, which is cool. But I'm glad that I'm making like dents in my stationery stash, and I'm trying to be more mindful with destashing and giving away to friends when I am not using things or don't like things as much. So yeah, I think once January hits, I'm just gonna be purchasing stuff for the store, like supplies for the store, but I'm gonna try and be more mindful with my stationery consumption, just because I did purchase a lot in the last few weeks in terms of buying new planners and stuff. But I think that's all right because it makes me happy, and I hope to use most of them. I think that's it. I will see you all next time, everyone. Bye.